Hello, wrestling fans. It's your boy, the Blow One, here tonight to give you a recap of this pay-per-view Summerslam tonight, which took place live from Brooklyn. It has a pretty interesting show, a lot of controversy, a lot of unexpected things we didn't expect to see. So, I'm finna get down to it. It kind of went off like 15 minutes earlier than 11 o'clock. So it really wasn't a 4 hour pay per view, like 3 hours 45 minutes. But you gonna man, it's just kind of it's it's a alright show. A lot of twists and a lot of unsuspected things happening in this pay per view. Overall, it's a lot better than that damn battleground they had last month. So, kicking off the show, we had Jon Stewart, who is the host of SummerSlam this year, and he comes to the ring as he gets ready to talk about what's going on tonight with 10. We have 10 matches tonight, and then he introduces Mick Foley, and they had a little skit. So leading off to our first match, which was between Randy Orton and Sheamus, a rematch from last pay-per-view battleground. Last pay-per-view they fought. Randy Orton picked up the victory. And this match was very physical, Sheamus tried to go for a battering ram on top rope. Randy Orton counters with an RKO. Thinking the match finna be over, Sheamus kicks out. They go back and forth. Sheamus cuts Randy Orton's eye. Sheamus attempts a bro kick, misses, and Randy attempts the RKO, misses. Then Sheamus hits Randy Orton across the face to the turnbuckle. Randy comes off turnbuckle. Sheamus hits him with a bro kick, therefore picking up the win. And therefore the winner of the match was Sheamus. Our next match was for the tag team titles, a fatal four-way between Los Matadores, New Day, Lucha Dragons, and the current champions, the PTP. In this match, it was a pretty good wrestling tag team match. I got to say, win, but ultimately the New Day wins when Kofi pins Fernando, picking up the victory after Titus O'Neil did all the work and gets thrown out the ring. Kofi Kingston pins Fernando, and therefore, once again, the new tag team champions, Kofi Kingston and Big E, the New Day. Then we have a match that was quite interesting, match that had a lot of triangle love connections going on. The returning Dolph Ziggler with Lana in his corner to take on the Bulgarian Brute, Rusev, with Lana in his corner. With Summer Rae in his corner. I got to say, man, this is a pretty heavy hitting match, back and forth. I actually thought Rusev was going to pull it off. He had Dolph Ziggler accolades, and, I'm thinking, oh, Dolph finna tap. But somehow, Summer Rae comes out while Lana's looking at Dolph Ziggler and trying to get him not to tap. Summer Rae tries to hit Lana. Lana blocks her and slaps her down. So then Rusev lets go of the hold and starts looking at Lana, throws Dolph Ziggler out of the ring and starts holding Dolph Ziggler toward Lana, and Summer Rae attacks Lana. And then Dolph Ziggler gets up and hits Rusev with a super kick onto the announce table, which ultimately ends up getting both men counted out. And then after the match, they get back in the ring and they go at it. Dolph Ziggler and Rusev and Lana and Summer Rae, ultimately leaving Dolph Ziggler and Lana standing in the ring alone. That was a pretty interesting match. Too bad we didn't have a winner. So, that feud is still going to be going on and brewing. So then we have an anticipated match, more like a comic book match. Stardust, Wade Barrett versus Adrian Neville and Stephen Amell from the Green Arrow, that is. And this match was really one-sided pretty much, Neville and Amell dominated. Neville actually ends up getting the pinfall as he hits away Barrett with the red arrow, picking up the 1-2-3 victory. So then we go to our second title match of the night, triple threat for the Intercontinental title. The champion Ryback versus Big Show versus The Miz. This is a pretty good match, you know. Ryback goes back, Miz. They both put on a show. It looked like Miz was gonna pick up the victory as he takes advantage of miscues by Ryback and Big Show. But then ultimately, the Big Show knocks out the Miz, and Ryback pushes Big Show out the ring, therefore taking advantage of the work that the Big Show did, picking up the 1-2-3 victory and retaining the Intercontinental Championship. So after that, we go to a family versus family match, the Wyatt family, and against Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. This was, it's like I expected, a physical match. You know, on my predictions, I did pick the Wyatt family to win. Now let's find out if my prediction was wrong or right. Now, you know, of course, I'm a Roman Reigns fan. You know, I just was like, you know, I just felt like something was gonna happen in this match. But anyway, we get down to the match. It's very physical, you know. Dean Ambrose hits Dirty Deeds. Roman Reigns, Superman punches them both. It goes back and forth. Bray Wyatt tries to hit Sister Abigail, but gets countered. Roman Reigns spears him. They power bombs. I mean, they fighting outside the ring all over. I mean, it's a pretty grueling physical match between the two teams, which ultimately Ambrose and Reigns winning as Roman Reigns spears Bray Wyatt, and Ambrose pins him to get the 1-2-3. So now we go to a most anticipated championship match, which I'm kind of disappointed, is the fact that you got a U.S. champion versus the world champion, title for title, for the first time ever. Whoever wins this will hold both titles simultaneously. Never been done in history. So why would this match not be like the main event? You know, your championship match is supposed to be the match, the main event. I mean, you are WWE, and your world title match is supposed to be the main event. But for some apparent reason, it didn't turn out to be this way. But moving on along, and this match was pretty darn good on Seth Rollins' part. Got to say, man, Seth Rollins came. He came to perform tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He really performed his butt off tonight. Got to get to Seth Rollins. He did it. I mean, he hit John Cena with he did moonsaults, frog splash, super kicks, you name it. John Cena counters. He hits him with several moves. So, you know, it looks like John Cena's about to pull off the victory. And the referee gets knocked down. John Cena hits an egg. No referee around. Seth Rollins gets up. He hits John Cena in the face, trying to hit him in the nose. John Cena's laid out. So then out comes the host of the Daily Show, formerly Jon Stewart. Comes out with a chair. Now, he comes out with a chair looking like he don't know what to do. Like he gonna hit Rollins, like he gonna hit Cena. Nobody knows, you know. But I kept telling people that was watching the show with me, I said, he's finna hit John Cena. So John Cena gets up, and guess what? He hits John Cena with the chair. Then Seth Rollins pedigree seen on top of the chair, picking up the 1-2-3 victory, therefore still retaining his WWE World Champion and becoming the United States Champion. Seth Rollins. Now, you know, I'm disappointed in the outcome. If Seth Rollins had beat him clean, I wouldn't have complained, because I thought Seth Rollins put on a hell of a match. I mean, Seth Rollins, I knew you got it in you, boy. I know you are a talented wrestler. You just, the way you won this match, it was disappointing to me. I felt like you could have beat him without the antics of Jon Stewart. But, you know, before that, man, I was like, man, if you win this match, you deserve it. But the way you won it, it's just beyond belief, man, you know. So there we had that match. So then we go to our Divas match, which was elimination 6 Divas match. Team Bella versus Team PCB versus Team Bad. I mean, these women, they actually performed tonight. They was flying all over the outside of the ring, out through the ropes, and knocking each other down. Paige got on top of the rope, knocked the whole Divas out, knocked them all down. You know, ultimately, team Team Bad was first team to get eliminated as Tamina gets pinned. Man, Sasha Banks, I don't know, baby. I'm just saying, need to change factions or something, because they putting you down. Tamina and Naomi just ain't cutting it for you. What can I say? So that leaves Team PCB along with Team Bella, and doing that, Team PCB ultimately picks up the victory as Becky Lynch pins Brie Bella. So but that was alright. It was a decent match. I think the Divas should just be more singles Divas matches, because I think they put on better shows when they are in a triple threat. It's one-on-one action. This tag team stuff is not working to me. Me personally, I think you can see the more talented when they're having to defend for themselves. Not saying nothing bad about that, but I think the Divas are better, more suited to be in singles competition, even though triple threat singles matches, than being in tag team action, because they just now trying to build the Divas division back up. So, right now it's not the time to be trying to work on. Once you build them up to the expectations that they can outperform and be main event card, headlining, pay-per-views, then you can work on forming your tag team Divas actions. I just saying, I just feel like you have better matches with the Divas when they're not in tag team action. And it's time for Nikki Bella to just start defending her title a little more. She got some more competition out there, and this twist between these three factions. Yeah, I think it's just better off if we just let them go at it singles wise, because you for those of you who really hasn't really been paying attention to the Divas division, you really didn't get to see the showcase of these three Divas that come from NXT yet. Sasha Banks, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch. While they're in the shadows of trying to be in tag team matches, you really don't get to see the full potential. But for those of you who have watched these Divas, you already know what I'm talking about. Now by them being in faction is holding them down. They can't really showcase their actual talents on the main roster, because everybody don't watch NXT, or everybody don't have subscription to WWE Network to watch these Divas matches, and they probably don't watch Divas matches because they always think, like I used to think, man, the Divas just for show. But lately, man, ever since this revolution started, man, and ever since these NXT women has been performing NXT, I've been seeing a lot of potential. Like I said, I see some rising in the Divas division. I see the Divas actually being given opportunities to mainstream headline some of these pay-per-views in the near future. But I also think that this tag team stuff is not ready for that type stuff yet. Put them in singles action. Let them showcase their real talents. Let's see more Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte. If for those of you who don't really get to see them in action, one-on-one action, you'll be surprised, especially when you see who I consider right now to be the greatest Divas in the whole WWE, and who I consider to be the best female wrestler active today, Sasha Banks. You will be, if you haven't seen her wrestle in the singles matches, you need to go back and look at some of those highlights. Look at that past last night's pay-per-view on NXT Takeover. Even though she lost, you won't be disappointed. We already know what type of pedigree Charlotte got. Becky Lynch also. You know what I'm saying? So once they get some exposure, you'll see exactly where I'm coming from as far as the Divas division goes. But right now, tag teaming, it ain't time for that yet. We need to build these Divas up to perform, and they are athletic, all of them. Alicia Fox, the Bellas. I think all of them are very athletic. I think they all of them have showcase. Even Naomi can be very creative. If you know what I'm saying, change again, put her back to get out that heel stage, put her back on being a face or something like that. Because she was a better wrestler. She was a face instead of a heel. But enough said about that. Let's get on to the next match, which was between Cesaro and Kevin Owens. Very physical match. I actually thought Cesaro was gonna pull this one off, but Kevin Owens, he's been in a slump since winning his match against John Cena, since losing his title to Finn Balor, and then losing to Cena again, and then losing to Finn Balor last night. I figured, well, the slump continues, but he came out and got some of his confidence back as he pinned Cesaro at the pop-up powerbomb. Kevin Owens wins that match. So then we go to the main event, the anticipated match. Undertaker Brock Lesnar. Starts off very physical. At the beginning, Brock Lesnar and the Undertaker comes out the ring. Before he gets close off, they start going at it. They go back and forth. Brock Lesnar hits Undertaker with F5 on the announce table. Undertaker choke slams him, tombstones him. Brock Lesnar pops back up, just looks at him, start laughing. Undertaker's putting the Kimura lock. Now this is where the controversy comes in at, ladies and gentlemen. Undertaker's putting the Kimura lock. Undertaker actually taps. He taps out. The announcer, the ring bell announcer rings the bell, but the referee says, "No, I didn't tell you to ring the bell," because he actually didn't see it. So he claims he didn't see Undertaker tap. So then Undertaker, I don't know why this happened, sneaks up, low blows Brock Lesnar, puts Brock Lesnar in his submission hold, Hell's Gate. Brock Lesnar, as he taps, looks at Undertaker, starts laughing, flips him off the finger, and passes out. Therefore, the referee rings the bell and announces Undertaker as the winner. So, Brock Lesnar gets busted up and everything in this match, But the controversy was the Undertaker actually tapping out to the Kimura lock. But the ring announcer rings the bell, not without the referee's consent, causes distraction for Brock Lesnar. And I'm trying to say, Undertaker, it's going. I don't know what the outcome may be. Could this be a prelude of next year's WrestleMania main event again? Lesnar, Undertaker 3, and could this be the final matchup for the Undertaker? Or what is in store? What does this lead up to next for Brock Lesnar and Undertaker as their rivalry continues? It was a hell of a physical match, though. But the way it ended was the controversy. Like Undertaker turning to a heel, low blows, Brock Lesnar. I understand Undertaker wants seek redemption after, he did get a streak at WrestleMania snapped by Brock Lesnar. But, I was speechless. Because I actually thought Brock Lesnar won. I did pull for Undertaker to win this match. I did actually thought he was going to win this match, which he did, but through some controversy. But did he really win this match is the question. Was the referee paid off for him not to see that Undertaker tapped? Or what was the deal? And as far as Seth Rollins goes, man, I want to congratulate you, but I can't because that win was tainted. You proved on a hell of a match before that little controversy with Jon Stewart, man. You showed me that like I always knew before, man. You had what it takes to compete, but the way that match ended, man, it's kind of mind-boggling to me. I don't think you're worthy of being called the U.S. and the world title champion. Having said that, we'll find out tomorrow night on Raw what's the deal with the U.S. title. Is Seth Rollins going to have to relinquish the title and maybe have some kind of tournament, or what's next in store for the U.S. title? And find out any more details on the situation with Brock Lesnar and Undertaker. And, and congratulations to New Day. I guess, anything goes in the fatal four-way. I can't get mad at you. If I was in your shoes, I would have done it the same way too. You take advantage. That's why they call it a fatal four-way. Overall, Like I said, SummerSlam was way better than Battleground. So, it was pretty alright, Still think, man, if you gonna say you're gonna have a 4 hour show, then let it be fucking 4 hours. Don't sit there and say, oh, we're gonna be broadcasting 4 hours. Say we're coming on an hour early, 7 o'clock on my time, getting off at 11 o'clock, and it's fucking 10:45. Give me 15 more minutes of wrestling. That's what you owe me. If you're gonna call it 4 hours, by God, let it be 4 hours. Don't be sitting there pulling my leg, having people thinking, oh, we're gonna watch pay-per-view for 4 hours. And it's only 3 fucking hours and 45 fucking minutes. Come on, WWE. Every other pay-per-view up until the last two has been all the way to the actual time. Then the last two pay-per-views, you want to cut the shows off 15 minutes early. I mean, damn, you could have added another match if that was the case. You put on a pretty decent show, a lot of controversy, lot of bull BS in it, but it was a pretty decent show overall. But if you ask me, the best matches you had was on NXT last night between Sasha Banks and Bayley and Finn Balor and Kevin Owens. I think those are the two best matches of the weekend. Then followed by Brock Lesnar and Undertaker and partially would have been John Cena and Seth Rollins until Seth Rollins and Jon Stewart had that little thing where they screwed John Cena over out. I mean, I think Seth Rollins would have beat him anyway. So, man, damn. Why you going? Well, what's up with that? But, I'm not going to complain anymore. It is what it is. There's only two things you can say. If you're going to gripe about it, then don't fucking watch me no more. That's what they're going to say, right? But I'm going to watch it because I'm a wrestling fan. I can't help it. Love wrestling. Went for that, I mean, and I understand your whole ordeal. There's no other promotion out there that you ain't got to put on the best show every fucking week or the best pay-views every week or every month, because what other shows can compete with you right now? There's nobody that's going to take over the WWE. I don't care damn if it's TNA, Glow Force compete together. The WWE is going to stay around. These other organizations, they can put on some good shows, but they're not going to put you out of business, and you know that. That's why I think you do what you do. Which, I mean, I can't blame you. I can't blame you as a promoter because, hey, all we got to do is just have some decent matches. We ain't got to give you the best card every fucking night. Because you know why? Because as long as I got some of my top stars wrestling and I give you a good main event, people going to draw to me. These other promotions, they got to be flawless. They got to put on top to bottom matches, in order to draw ratings. So that's one thing that you got over all these other organizations. Plus, you giving them live Raw shows every week. You have some of the top wrestlers in the world today. Now, like TNA's, they had TNA Global Force, man. Both of them got hellified rosters. I think their rosters are better than half the roster you got on WWE. Hell, I think your NXT roster is better than half the roster you got on WWE on the main roster. Hope to see some of these guys move up pretty soon. I hope you continue to build these divas up because, I'm starting to actually enjoy watching these diva matches. Like I said, the only problem I have with the divas matches is this little tag team stits, man. I'd rather see more singles action. I mean, it's cool that you want to line them up. That's cool, but let's see more singles matches instead of these tag team matches. Let's give these divas some freaking title matches, So after that, I can't wait to see what Raw brings tomorrow night after this controversial ending to SummerSlam. Find out what's the deal, like I said, with Seth Rollins, as he is now the current reigning WWE and the United States champion. Congratulations on Raw on retaining your title also. So, got to see what Raw brings tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be a pretty good show. And I'll be back tomorrow night to give you my review on that and my thoughts on that and the reactions and all that. So, as of now, looking forward to seeing you. Subscribe to me, like me, help me make my page better. Tell me suggestions, follow me. You Follow me on Twitter at Balawan1207. That's my Twitter account. Follow me or however you want to do. I enjoy getting reviews. For those of you who enjoy wrestling, I enjoy telling you how I feel about the things, and I don't sugarcoat nothing. If I think it's bullshit, I tell you it's bullshit. I don't care if if you disagree with me or you don't, because everybody ain't gonna disagree. Some people might say that, hey, some things I think is bullshit to you might be the best thing, but that's just an opinion. So I am the Hawaiian, and I would like to say thank you for allowing me to take time out, and thank you for those of you who following me, who subscribe to me, and those of you who watches my reviews every week. I'd like to say thank you, and I hope to have more followers, more viewers, and more subscribers in the near future. And I will do whatever I can to give you better reviews so that I can have more people subscribe and more followers. And until then, I'll see you tomorrow after Raw goes off. I like to say peace, God bless, and I'm out.